Hello everyone. Namaste to everyone. So this video is going to be about Saturn in the sign of Pisces and how it is going to affect the zodiac sign Gemini. So if you have Gemini as your ascendant or as your moon sign, this video is going to be for you. So if you guys if you have not till now seen my video under the name of Saturn's powerful transit in the sign of Pisces, you should first go and watch that. And after this, for more information and more specific information about your chart, you should refer to this particular video because there I have discussed everything from A to Z that how Saturn is going to affect when it is actually transiting in the sign of Pisces. Okay, so let's just quickly go ahead with the explanation part. So I'm going to draw and show you that which house the Saturn is going to transit in, and then what effects it will have based on its transit first, based on its aspects, and then further based on whatsoever planet is sitting in that house, right? So we are Geminis, right? You know what about Geminis? I don't know. I just love Geminis. I love their energy. Although I do know that this sign also is about gossips, right? But I somehow gel in very nicely with Geminis because I just love their energy, their kind of communication, their choices, and the fact that they are so knowledgeable and they know how to use that knowledge in their life. That is something I just love about them. Right. And one more thing I would say about Geminis is that I have observed one thing very significantly about Geminis that even more than you can say Cancerians, Geminis are the one who are very considerate of their family, considerate of their people. And this is also because this is something I have started experiencing in my Rahu's Tribhagi also. Because if if you have, listened to my Tribhagi videos, you would know that when the Tribhagi of Rahu starts or the Mahadasha of Rahu starts, one of the portion is ruled by the Gemini zodiac sign, and the Gemini ascendant becomes your ascendant. So when my Gemini Tribhagi started, I started feeling very inclined towards the family. I started feeling very considerate towards the family. Although that was not there when it was maybe Libra, or maybe I have ever experienced ascended in any of my previous Tribhagis or previous Mahadashas. So I think this is a beautiful energy. Mercury's Gemini is a beautiful energy. It's just that the affliction of it can actually cause a lot of other things. But if it is untouched, if it is with positive planets, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Right. So let's get started now. So now for Geminis, Saturn is going to transit in the seventh house. Now, first of all, we will talk about the fundamental results of what Saturn is going to do in the 10th house. So, 10th house is about our work, it's about our obligation towards the society or obligation towards others. It is the way we access our authority. It is about our karma, about our actions. This is the house of struggle as well. Do you know? This is the house of working hard, or you can say hard work. This is also the house of finances of father or finances of father's family. Or this also talks about relationship that you will have with your father's family, your paternal side. 10th house is one of the most important houses because it's one of the kendras. So 10th house, whenever Saturn comes into the 10th house, first of all, it can give for some of your people, if suppose you are 40 plus, or if you are, and then your Saturn is transiting in the 10th house, or in case you are already a mature person and Saturn is transiting in your 10th house, it can give you legalities with government. So whenever I see that Saturn is going to transit into the 10th house of an individual, I tell them, first of all, clear your books, clear your finances, clear any document that is presentable to the government. And you will notice, and I've noticed one thing. I've seen there were some people I know who have experienced the income tax raid like situation in their life. And fortunately, I do have their charts, right, for some reason. And I saw that it mostly happened whenever Saturn was either transiting the 10th lord or Sun or the 10th house. So that's why whenever Saturn comes into the 10th house, just get on track with all your legal documents, with everything related to government. You will have to deal with something related to government. You will have to deal with your authority. And the biggest challenge that you face when Saturn is transiting the 10th house is you get criticized, you get crunched. See, this is a house where Mars and Sun have their directional strength. Mars is exalted here and has the directional strength. Sun also has the directional strength in the 10th house. It does also have in the first house, but also in the 10th house. So these two planets do very well in the 10th house. But when you put Saturn there, it's original, his house, in fact. It's the original Capricorn sign. It's the house of restriction. And these two planets actually do well there, Mars and Sun. But when you put Saturn there, it's a very, very opposite energy. It's not a competitive one, it's rather a slow and steady growth. So, first thing you are going to experience is changes related to your career. You will be given the maximum amount of work. Suppose you are a Gemini ascendant or a Gemini moon, and things have been pretty easy for you. Things have been pretty simple for you when it's about career. But suppose previously you have worked hard just 40%, but received the 60% of profits out of it. Now you will have to do the 60% hard work, and you will then receive the 40% of the profit. Then if you try to do more hard work, you'll receive more profit. You'll then more, so it just goes by the way of your karma, by the way of your action. How much hard work are you putting into it? Right? So you will be judged for your choices and you will be criticized. If suppose previously you just had your own way of living life, because this is very much valid with Saturn when it is coming into the sign of Pisces in the 10th house. Usually the people with Gemini ascendant or Gemini moon, they are a little bit oblivion about their authority. They are oblivion about their responsibilities. So what happens when then Saturn comes in? Saturn says that you did not know about your responsibilities. How dare you not fulfill your responsibilities? If you were already a person, you had a Saturn influence, and you were already a person who was taking on the responsibilities that were required by you. Maybe you are a family man, you have to take care of the family. You are a woman, or you have to take care of the family also, and also of the career. So you were taking the responsibility already. Then the Saturn is actually going to give you the fruits. first it will still again give a little bit of more responsibility to you. Then it will give you the access to your fruits of your hard work, right? But if previously you were just oblivion about what my responsibilities are, or you were very casual about, okay, so this is my thing, I'm just doing that thing. For example, you're not spending time with your parents, or you're not spending time with your children, but you just provide them with money, right? So you didn't give them time, you just gave them money because you thought that this was my bound responsibility. I have to get done with it. This Saturn will turn events around in such a way that you will have to give them time. You will have to somehow gain their attention, or your attention is going to go towards them. That's how Saturn plays out when it comes to the 10th house. So it's not about everyone is going to have crucials, everyone is going to have the worst scenarios. No, it is in comparison to what you already had, what you already were doing. So when Saturn comes into the 10th house, there is a restriction that comes in towards your actions. Now your actions have to be determined. Since it is coming into the sign of Pisces, your oblivionness, your carelessness is going to actually dive you into conflicts or problems. And since this Saturn's third aspect goes into the 12th house, it can actually lead to losses or unnecessary expenses on your end if you do not go by the fair way of Saturn. Because Saturn in the 10th house in the sign of Pisces, it suppresses your imagination, it suppresses your carelessness. That's why it makes you deal with reality, deal with the real side of what your responsibility is about, what your actions must be. Now, there is also going to be one thing is very good for Gemini individuals, that it will suppress your confusion. Most of the times I have seen Geminis have a lots and lots of confusion within their life. Whether should I do this, whether should I do that? Because these people are all rounders. So that's why it's very hard for them to stick on one particular profession. And even if they are in one profession, they won't then have so many choices within that profession, that what should I do, what should I not do? So this confusion actually takes a toll on their peace of mind. So now, when this Saturn is coming in the 10th house over your Pisces, it is going to suppress that confusion. It is going to give you the focus. It is going to define your goal in life. It is going to give you the path to walk on. So the initial 2.5 years of this transit, right? Oh, I was talking in regards of Saraswati, I'm sorry. But in this transit, in this 2.5-year transit, this Saturn will make you learn about how you have to be dedicated and determined towards your actions. Now, we are human beings, and most of our tendency is to say things but not do that accordingly. So always when I see Saturn in an afflicted position, or I see Saturn in the 10th house, I tell them one thing. And even in the second house, that works with communication very well. That I tell them one thing, that if you say, I am going to reach at a certain place by 12 o'clock, reach there by 12 o'clock or before that, but not after that. Don't linger on things. And especially this works with the second house Saturn. If you say something, just commit to it. If and in the 10th house, it's like if you have, planned something, commit to it, because 10th house is the action, it's your karma. So you have to stick to what your karma is about. You have to stick to what you want to do, or you have to do. It can be as a part of your responsibility. It can be as a part of your, thought process or your goals. So Saturn coming into the 10th house, all the legal matters, everything related to the government starts, the authority, you are being crunched with your ego. Your ego crunches because this is the house where Mars and Sun feel powerful. That's why when Saturn comes here, it makes you very calculative with, with your understanding of authority. I remember posting a reel on Instagram. I extracted that out of there was a TV show called Shani. I'm still very fond of it, and I have so much of content because of that particular, serial. Because once you go through the whole serial, you will understand how basically the planets are formed, what Shani is all about, what Saturn is all about, right? So there I remember Shani said that you must be recognized by your actions. You are not to be recognized by your money or whose child you are or whose, or what connections do you have in the politics. So he was very clear that you must gain fame or you must gain popularity based on your karma, based on your actions. You will be respected only if you deserve respect. But if you do not deserve respect only on the basis that you are a child of a superior personality, that is not the case that I do. That's what Saturn does in the 10th house. It will give you the understanding of how to judge people. In fact, you yourself will get judged, but you will also learn how to put a judgment out there. You will learn how important hard work is and how fruitful hard work can also be. So you would see that all the people, especially people who are 40 above, they might experience a little bit of difficulty with this transit, but people who are beyond 40, they will actually be able to work around with this particular transit. That's because the age matters a lot. Most of the times, we suppose a person gets 10th house Saturn when he's just what, 25, 26, 27, and he or she is unmarried. So this, you know, transit, or even if you go through Sadhasati, that is not going to affect you on that level because you are alone. You can change things. But when you have people with you, you have your partner, you have your kids, then many people are dependent on you, be it be a guy, be it be a woman. So that's why it is much, much effective that way. It is much, much effective when you have so much responsibility. So if you already have a life with no responsibility at all, so the responsibility that you will get stuck with or striked on your head with, that is going to be minimal, or that is going to be a little bit more in comparison to what you had earlier. But if you already have all of it, you are already struggling with things, then it might affect a lot. And one more thing, whenever Saturn comes into the 10th house, remember that you need to do some social service. That is extremely important for you. Donate or help. Even if you cannot donate money, if you are not competitive or you think that I don't have enough money to donate, just give your free service. Help poor people, help elderly people, help paralyzed people, help them in any way. Provide them food, cook for them, provide them any service. If you have an expertise, if you are suppose a lawyer, just help them with any of just help a person who cannot afford a lawyer, just help them with their case. You can do certain things. If you're a doctor, just do some free treatment for someone who cannot afford it. So you can do these particular things when Saturn transits into the 10th house, and this is actually valid for everyone. Now, this also shows that there's going to be a major transformation within your career since Saturn is in the Pisces in the 10th house. Major transformation with which is actually about how you see your career, how you believe about your career, how your subconscious mind connects with your career. So your creative self, your that is going to transform. You will have to take on some responsibility. Along with that, there can be some sort of gap or obstacle within your career, a significant one within your career when Saturn will be transiting in the 10th house. But this is actually going to give you a reality check to how things actually work. But this is going to work well in terms of creativity and creative endeavors. Right now, the third aspect of Saturn goes in over your 12th house. So this means that you have to put up efforts towards your sleep. So you will have workaholic days and sleepless nights. Your mind is going to work 24/7. You will have to work hard towards your financial responsibilities. You will have subconsciously a lot of burden over your head. And for that, you'll be like that, I have to do something. I have to do something great so as to get done with it. And also, I feel this particular transit also wants you to heal. It wants your image to heal. So one more thing, when Saturn comes into the 10th house, that too in Pisces, there can be a loss of image to a person. So someone can try to defame you, or your actions can be such a way in the very initial stage, in the initial 1 year of this transit. You may take such decisions or actions that can prove to be, that can backfire towards you, and you can experience some sort of loss of image or loss according to that. Right. Then the third aspect over the 12th house also shows this is the time for you to, in a way, reconstruct or refresh your skills, right? And also in a very, very presentative manner, in a very presentable manner, because there is the sign of Taurus. And also with that, you will have a lot of pressure subconsciously about security of your life, about your, how you're going to secure yourself, how your retirement plans are going to be, everything like that. Then the seventh aspect is going to be on the fourth house. That means that you may receive good amount of support from your mother, but your mother, on the other hand, will also be a little critical and criticizing towards your actions. And or at the same end, she's going to make you learn how to do things. This also means that within your heart space, you're going to just become very calculative with your decisions. You're no longer going to be very emotional towards taking your decisions. Rather, you will feel that you have to be responsible for each and everything. So you'll dive into each and every details, and then lead yourself into some change within your career. So it's a time of research as well. Research and critical thinking, analytical thinking is actually going to help you with your career. And even your mother would be very criticizing, but she is going to somehow give you good suggestions and help you with your career and career stability. At the same time, since it has seventh aspect in the fourth house, that too in Virgo, it is going to stabilize your foundation of life and your career as well. So it'll take time. It is a 2.5 years full of obstacles for your career, but eventually it is going to lead to new opportunities, right? Then the 10th aspect comes in the seventh house. So this is the house of your partnership, this is the house of your marriage, and this is the house of your spouse. So 10th aspect of Saturn means you have to work really hard. There is some heavy karma attached with the partner that you have to deal with. Heavy karma associated towards partnerships. When Saturn comes into the 10th house, even though you want to have a stand somewhere, even though you want to be bold, you want to be an authoritative person, the moment you'll try to do any of these, you'll try to reflect any of these qualities, this Saturn is going to make you land into such a pit hole that you will be like, that what? I just tried to put up my choice and I just got humiliated for that. That is a kind of situation Saturn gives in the 10th house. It teaches you humility, it teaches you generosity. So that's why the hard work towards the other people or towards the spouse is because this Saturn wants you to work hard towards your connections, your partnerships. This Saturn wants you to work hard towards negotiations, and it will make you learn. Since the 10th aspect is on Sagittarius, it is going to make you learn life lessons from your interactions from people. So, be it be your career, be it be your workspace, be it be your school, if you are in school, if you are in college, be it be your career, this Saturn is actually going to get you a lot of criticism, get you a lot of pull and push energy, and then it is going to teach you that hard work. It is going to teach you wisdom by the hard way, right? So Saturn's 10th aspect will do this towards your relationships and partnerships. Now, if suppose you have Sun in the 10th house, and then Saturn comes in. So having Sun in the 10th house of for Gemini ascendants or moon, this means that the 10th house is illuminated. Saturn is there, sorry, Sun is there. Sun is putting its light in the 10th house. It is illuminating your authority. It's illuminating the way you put up things. But you are a kind of a person, you become a person who somehow, sometimes when they think they have to be confident, they reflect their confidence. But sometimes when they also go into that confusing space where they get that bitters, you know, bitters of self confidence, the lack of self confidence, you can say, or they do experience situations where they sometimes feel lack of their self-esteem, right? So this, when Sun is in the 10th house and Saturn is coming over it, Saturn will challenge, I'm sorry, Saturn will challenge this Sun. Saturn is going to suppress your ego. It is going to suppress your command. It will be like that you are a bold person, but someone is constantly trying to put you down. And this most of all is going to happen within your career, right? So someone is going to try to pinch you down, take you down, and your ego, your self-esteem, your pride, everything is just getting crunched under the foot of Saturn. But this is going to be there to teach you humility, teach you groundedness. Because having Sun in the 10th house, sometimes the aggression is so much, the heat of the Sun is so much. Even Sun's his own wife could not bear the heat of the Sun. That's why she had to go in the Himalayas. She had to do so much of tap and so much of meditation so as to be able to be a little near to Sun. So when Sun comes into the 10th house, sometimes your actions, although they are wise, but sometimes they are in that way that you just compromise other ones. See, why Sun is said to be the planet of politics. Do you think our politicians are able to listen to each and every individual? They cannot. Even if they want to, they cannot. They have to take a decision in which much of the population is going to get crunched, but much of the population can also get benefited from. So that's why whenever there is Sun has to see the whole picture. Sun is not about thinking about just one specific person, it is about thinking about the whole praja, the whole population. So that's why it is considered as politics, and that's why politicians experience this. So when Saturn comes over Sun, it will crunch your ego. It will give you conflicts with the government. So be very careful with your government documents. Be very careful with all the documentation and your even your experiences with authorities, even your interactions with authorities. See, if you don't want Saturn to crunch your ego, just be just be generous by yourself. Just be grounded by yourself, right? So next, if you have moon in the 10th house, already moon in the 10th house is very difficult position. It doesn't feel very well. It feels lots of burden and it feel burdened as well. So that means your Sadhisati is actually going and you are going through the peak phase of Sadhisati. This means that this Saturn will actually, now help the moon. Saturn, what it will do, it will say that moon, now you need to focus into the 10th house. So focus on your career, just become cold. No longer you are going to feel that, oh, I'm emotionally not feeling well about this job, or I'm not emotionally fulfilling, feel fulfilling about this job or this work environment. So I just want to go away from it. The Saturn is going to suppress that. The Saturn is going to make you, it's going to force you actually to be in the existing condition and work around within that existing condition. That is what the Saturn will require you to do. And of course, since moon, its emotions, it will make you cold, totally cold. It will suppress your confusions. Whatsoever confusions you have had, it is going to suppress that. It is going to affect the relationship with your father, but on the other hand, it is going to help your father build a good wealth in during this time. Or if he was going through some money conflict or financial conflict, it will also help him get out of it, right? But first of all, it will give you a major complication with the family or the finances, since it is the second lord, and then it will give you the results. But definitely you will get so many opportunities. You'll be occupied with work, you will have a lot of work to do, and just be careful to be fair enough with everything, to be fair and square, to be just balanced with the whole situation. Now next is Jupiter. So since Jupiter rules your seventh and 10th lord itself, Saturn, when coming over Jupiter in the 10th house, this can activate marriage situation for you because it is your seventh lord. It can also actually activate your wisdom from your expertise, from your career. So you will have to make a significant change in terms of your career. You might want to start a business. You might want to, because see, Jupiter is the Jiva Karka. It brings in light or it brings life to that house. So since 10th house is the house of authority, Saturn will, when Jupiter is there and Saturn activates Jupiter, it is going to bring in life into the 10th house. So you would want to do something where your authority is at the most. It can be business, it can be something else as well, which can be connected with the dots, but it can be business. So you might be having a thought that I need to start with my business, and you might take your partner, your wife, if you're married, to be the partner within that business. So that is a good opportunity. Sorry, I'm very sleepy. I actually didn't sleep almost whole night because my daughter was up. I don't know, for some reason, and she just wants to play in the middle of the night nowadays. Yeah. So that's why you are going to actually get your wisdom from the society or your interactions with the society. You will get your wisdom how? If you start a business, there can be highs, there can be lows, there can be a lot of learnings that you need to do. There can be a lot of mentors you will follow so as to establish a business. So that is the wisdom you will get. That is and also it actually makes kind of karma dharma adipati yoga. So it says that you have to be solely responsible for your effort and for your karma. The more efforts you are going to put in, the more results you are going to get in. So this is the very manifesting time for your career. This is a very important time of your career. You will actually see the real faces of people as well. You will be able to recognize what is good and what is bad for me. Okay. So next we have Venus. So Venus is the lord of the 12th house and the 5th house. And if Venus is in the 12th house, sorry, 10th house, it already shows a lot of struggle within one's love life, but it shows that there's a lot of creativity, lot of creative endeavors, or you can say anything Eh, sorry, related to creativity, artistic talent. These things are involved in your career. These are a part of your career. Even spirituality, spiritual knowledge can be a part of your career. So Saturn coming over this, Saturn means Saturn is activating this Venus. It can give you relationship within your workspace, and it can either be, a kind of an affair, within your workspace, but it also does tell that you have to adopt something, you have to learn something related to that creativity, and then again apply it into your work. And that is going to actually uh, you know set the foundation for your career, and it is going to help you with your career. It's just that you should be the one to make that effort. This is the time, see, because Venus in the sign of Pisces, that's quite dreamy, that's quite fantasy oriented. So your work might be associated with that, but now you will suddenly start putting up very realistic content. And that's what Saturn is here to tell you, that along with the fantasy world, you have to put, by relating it into a reality check. Suppose you have been reminiscing about some old ideas of yours, that, oh, I have this idea to take up as my career, I have that idea to take up as my career. Now Saturn will be like that, put that into action. Until unless you'll put that into action, I'm always going to throw things at you which are going to prove you or make you be embarrassed within yourself, that why didn't I till now did not put up my idea somewhere. So that is what this Saturn can do. But also in regards of relationships, it could be the most difficult time for your relationship. It can activate love and romance. It can also activate marriage for most of your people, with Venus in the 10th house already and Saturn coming over it. So it can activate marriage, or it can even activate relationship. But let me tell you, the initial years are not going to be the best. Till the time Saturn is over Venus, that is not going to be a very, very good time for relationships. So it's best to avoid it. But if you are bound to have it based on your Antar and Mahadasha, then it's just that you need to be a lot more patient. Don't react abruptly. Don't, just give sorts of reactions, because this would require a lot of patience. Right now, next is Mercury. So when Mercury is in the 10th house, that is debilitated. So one thing I would make very clear is, by Mercury, since it is a planet of logic, it's a planet of intelligence. So when it goes, you know, it goes debilitated, it doesn't mean these people do not have brains, they do not have intelligence. They do have intelligence, a lot of it. And also they are intuitively powerful. It's not just their logic, it's not just calculation. That is not what they have. That is what Mercury in Virgos have. But these people are intuitively very, very strong. They are intuitively very, very strengthened. Now, that means it is your ascendant lord. It is either the first or the fourth lord. So, this shows that it is going to transform your image, transform you as a person, your personality. So, lots of transformation are going to be within your personality and the way you react and the way you connect with people on an emotional level. So, there can be significant changes of residence as well, significant change of wherever you are living, or wherever your home is. It definitely is going to take you out of your comfort zone, definitely. And it will suppress your illogical communication, your confusing communication. If you have been a person who just, when he has to communicate, just things just go the other way, just confusion comes in, a person becoming very hypertensed, that comes in. So all of these things are going to suppress for some time. But in the initial years, you would see that it will restrict your communication. It will restrict the way your youthness is. Like, if even if you're a very youthful person, very hunky dory person who's always laughing, always making everyone laugh, very comic, very comedy kind of stuff, you know. So this Saturn is going to suppress that. This Saturn is going to make you more serious. Especially this Saturn is going to give you such circumstances that you will get serious about your authority. You will get serious about your career. Maybe it gives you certain situation where now you have to be responsible for everything in your life. You will have to take on the responsibility howsoever. You either are getting married, or suppose you are going away and trying to live alone. You have to take all the responsibility now, right? Now next is Mars. So if Mars is in the 10th house, although Mars has its directional strength in the 10th house, but now it is in the sign of Pisces. And Mars actually rules the 11th house and the 6th house. So, sixth lord coming into the 10th house is good for routine, repetitive work, but it does bring in conflicts and problems, debates into the workspace. So, workspace can become very, very overpowering. I always say whenever Saturn goes over Mars, it is a Kalesh-like situation. So there is going to be a war-like situation. You have to be very careful of your actions, of what you say, of what you do, how your actions affect other people, because your actions can be extremely aggressive and they can be triggered because of you know tired emotions, or you can say accumulated emotions. Like, you have accumulated a lot of emotions, but you have always found it very difficult to actually express what you want, and actually express what you feel. But now it'll be like, enough is enough. Now I'm going to do what I want to. Now I'm going to I'm going to be action oriented. I'm going to take certain actions. So this way, your personality, your energy, your actions, all of them are going to change. But they are going to change for good. They are going to change for practical reasons. So maybe the initial reason can be a little, not the best, but down the lane, it will definitely become better. Okay. Now, next is Saturn itself. So for Saturn, this is your natal return. So definitely Saturn is going to put up boundaries into your 10th house. It is going to it actually can do very well in regards of your career. When I see a person having Saturn in the 10th house in their natal chart, I always tell these people that you are going to have lifetime of success, but that success is very slowly and steadily approaching towards you. Now, when you'll have the Saturn return, it will actually give you the opportunities to work. It will give you different opportunities, and it sometimes initially it might not be very stable, but it is working towards stability. Like, for example, within a year, you just gain experience from 2 to 3 different firms, and that was going to help you with your experience and your job into some very good multinational company in the future. So this is how the Saturn natal placement plays out, natal return plays out. The Saturn has already if been in your 10th house, so it has already been showing you the reality of life. It has already been a hell of a struggle for you with your career. So it has been lots of hard work. So it's just that now you will get a situation where your hard work will be tested. And if you pass that, you are going to get the recognition of lifetime. But if you don't, then there's a problem. But Saturn simply says that you have to be structured with your 10th house, structured with your career, no passing time, no, distractions. You have to be focused and determined towards your money, wealth, and your business, and also your career. It is going to be very, very important for that, right? So Saturn natal return also, I've seen many people actually um are very scared of Saturn natal return, but I think Saturn natal return can actually be full of opportunities for that house. Why? Because it makes you deal with your karma related to your natal placement. So this is going to actually make you deal with your responsibility towards the society, towards your career, and towards the authorities as well. And by fulfilling those responsibilities, you will actually be able to gain now. So Saturn, that's why we say wherever Saturn is placed, it does gives you obstacles, but because it wants to give something massive to you. So that is the massive energy that you might get, but you have to be disciplined and organized with your actions towards that placement. Okay, now last we have Rahu and Ketu. So we are done with 9 planets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So when Rahu is in the 10th house, oh, that's a massive placement, you know. Having Rahu in the 10th house, you are not a person who can take anyone's orders. You have to be the highest of authority. You are you are never willing to compromise on your decision or on your authority, and you just know how to present yourself out there. You know how to get your things done. So it's a very calculative and also very good placement for Rahu to be in. Rahu works extremely well in the 10th house. It makes you fulfill your desires towards your career. So it gives you that bhoga, that bhog related to your achievements for the 10th house. So when Saturn is coming over Rahu in the 10th house, first of all, it is going to restrict Rahu. It is going to actually now focus the energy of Rahu into some goal. So you will see that you will be given a significant responsibility in your life. It can be personal, it can be professional, but you're going to get a significant responsibility about someone, you know. And since this Rahu, the co-rulership is from the ninth house with Aquarius, so it is coming here. That means somehow your knowledge is going to also improve with the Saturn's transit. The Saturn will try to restrict this Rahu and also make it focus towards one's authority, towards one's career. So of course you might also get promotion at the same time, but be very careful of, what we say, nazar, right? Be very careful of people getting to know about your things. Try to be secretive. Try to be, in your, calm se calm rakhna. Because when Saturn comes over Rahu in the 10th house, it can affect your public image. It can, it can make you attract very negative people or people with negative influences. So you have to be very careful with whom you are connecting, right? Even though you know this person is, someone I can get benefited from. So have just a limited communication and have a limited interaction. But yes, Saturn coming over Rahu, that can sometimes be very explosive position. It can bring in major transformation in regards of your career. You might just simply change your career. You might just have to go to into a business from job, because Rahu in the 10th house will make you do business only. And when for Gemini specifically, it is having, because Gemini is a sign, they do go into job at one place or the other. It can be just for a few months or a very few time, but they do try that. So this is your time when you are going to open a business or you're going to plan to open a business, right? Now, next is Ketu. If Ketu is in the 10th house, you already are having a lot of dissatisfaction towards your career. You have a lot of disagreements with your career. But when Ketu comes into the 10th house, it shows that this is your time to help people, give your selfless service to people. And when Saturn comes over it makes you provide that by the way of service, to help people, provide your selfless service by the way of career or by the way of service because of Saturn. So this Saturn will give you definitely opportunities related to research, opportunities related to your services. So if right now you were jobless, it will actually activate the 10,000. It will give you job. It will give you opportunities, and it will somehow make you confident. So howsoever you have lack of confidence because of Ketu in the 10th house, now it is going to start building your confidence. And by confidence, I mean when you go out, are you able to present whatever you do, whatever your career is, that is what your confidence is about. So this Saturn is actually going to make you have a transformation in regards of your 10th house. Right. So this, along with howsoever agreed you are, howsoever disappointed you are towards your career, this Saturn will actually make you, it will help you stabilize your career. So it will help you with your career. Okay, guys. So I think we are done with all the planets, right? So yeah, this was my analysis about Gemini. So I think it has been a very, very long video just for the Geminis. And I do know that Geminis are going to see all of it because they just love information. They just love gathering knowledge. And this is a very good thing about them, right? So yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Till then, if you want to have your personal reading from me, you can check out the link below, www.anmolastrology.com. Under the reading section and unique reading section, you can book a personal reading for yourself. Okay. See you with the next video. Bye bye. Take care.